Okay, StumbleUpon. This is where we are right now. StumbleUpon's been around for a while. It is if you don't know about it, it's a really, really cool resource. I used to use it back in my affiliate days, in my first affiliate incarnation, getting a lot of traffic to websites really fast. That kind of died down. Now that works again, and I'm going to show you a lot of cool things about StumbleUpon. One thing that I use it for and that we're going to focus for here, that we're going to focus on here is using StumbleUpon for research to find niches that other people aren't targeting, other marketers probably aren't targeting, but yet are hot niches. In other words, stuff that people on the internet are really interested in, but it's kind of stealth, it's kind of unknown, it's not your quick weight loss, lose the fat. What was that? Burn the muscle, lose the fat, all that kind of thing. Dog training, it's not your standard thing where you're going to have a massive amount of well-trenched competition in terms of building all kinds of affiliate sites. And what kind of affiliate sites can you create from the information you're going to get here? It could be anything from AdSense sites to selling Amazon products. Amazon's always a great resource. But anyway, let me show you some stuff. This is StumbleUpon's homepage. Now, usually when I log in, I actually don't land here. I have to click that little house right there, and then I land here, okay? Two things I want to show you. One is trending. I don't use that much, but it's still worth looking at with an open mind, kind of out of the box thinking. So I've already clicked on that, and I'm going to take you to that page. And again, what we're talking about here, we're talking about developing intelligence about niches that other folks just might not think of as niches. So these are trending pages on StumbleUpon. You can click on this and actually look at the page from within the StumbleUpon framework. But this is a lot of stuff you wouldn't think about. Now, dogs, yeah, that's obvious. Bizarre stuff and oddities, humor, arts. Who would have thunk it, right? Dogs, of course, makes total sense. Look, there's bizarre oddities again. So two for bizarre oddities. Pop music turns out to be big. Extreme sports. You could make an entire living off of affiliate marketing for extreme sports. Crafts, animation, graphic design, weddings. Now, weddings is kind of like one of those standard things you think about, but look, canoeing and kayaking. Okay, let's look at a few more. Now, what I'm showing you is not the big thing that I'm showing you. I'm just showing you this also. Painting. I mean, who would have thought that? New York. Okay, stuff about New York. So a location type website. Hiking, well, we've seen kayaking and hiking. So outdoor stuff. Health makes total sense. The Cold War. Interesting. The Cold War. And I think that's kind of a joke right there. But pregnancy, that makes sense. Interior design. See, I personally would have never thought about that. Family stuff. So you're looking through here, and what is cool is, so when somebody lands on a website and they have that social media button available, or they've got the StumbleUpon on their browser, something like that, the verb is to stumble. They stumble that web page. And then that registers inside StumbleUpon as something that somebody stumbled. So these are pages that more and more and more people are stumbling. Okay, so this tells you that these pages have natural interest in them. So these topics have natural interest in them. We've seen humor about 3 times now. We've seen interior design, interestingly enough, twice. We've seen animation a bunch. So that's one way of using this, although I'm going to show you a little more, I'm going to show you a little more analytical way of dealing with this. So let's go back to that home page. So again, log in, click on here, you're on the home page. Now see this button where it says add interests? It's not entirely obvious how to get to where I need you to get. So just make sure you pay attention to this because you may not be able to reproduce it just intuitively looking at it. But anyway, hit add interest. Takes a second because of my screen capture software. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, all recommended popular. Let's hit all. When you stumble stuff, you put it basically in a category. You get a little pull down menu and you say, well, what is this? Is this about nutrition? Is it about writing? Is it about traveling? What, right? Now, so, and that's these things. Notice these are in alphabetical order. That's these things. These are all the categories of interests on StumbleUpon. Now watch this. This is where it gets sweet. Artificial intelligence, 197,000 followers, or Stumble. You know, people who said, people, not just stumblers, but people who said, yeah, I'm interested in that. So I'm on your account, you can go to a page where you say, you know, this is something that I'm following, this is something that I'm interested in, right? Notice there are 500,000 interest categories. African Americans, 20,000 followers. Alternative rock, 1/3 followers. Ambient music, I found that fascinating. We're going to look into this in just a sec. 100,000 followers. And AIDS, 20,000 followers. Now look at what this tells you. Now, it's not hard science, but it gives you a gut feeling. Okay, let's take the universe of people who are on StumbleUpon. In a way, that's probably kind of a self-selecting group, but for internet marketers like us, especially affiliate marketers, that's a pretty good group because these are people who are online and they're fairly internet savvy. They can do more than just send an email, right? So this is a good group for us. The demographics of users of StumbleUpon, I might look into that for you, or you can look into it yourself. You can. There's some websites where you can look at that stuff. I may include that. I'm not promising. Okay, so if you bought this as a product from me, I may or may not do that, but I'm writing it down on my list. Because this particular product is supposed to be short and sweet and to the point. So I want to make sure it doesn't get too fat because I want you to be able to use it to actually make money. But anyway, we can kind of sort of draw a loose conclusion here. We can say that, okay, 20,000 and 100,000, this is 1/5 the size of that. So the AIDS group is 1/5 the size of the ambient music group. Okay, so we can say that people in StumbleUpon who are interested in ambient music are 5 times as large. The number of people, not the people themselves, the number of people is 5 times as large as the people who are interested in AIDS. But my point is, ambient music is something I would have not really thought about. Okay, alternative rock, I might have thought about that. I'm pretty into rock music. Activism, that would be pretty cool. How would you make a website that makes money off of activism? And you're probably, those of you who are like activists, you know, socially conscious, social justice type people, you're probably might be foaming at the mouth at the thought of actually making money off of that. But I would submit to you that all of your media outlets that cater to that particular large group of the world, they're making money out of it. Otherwise, they couldn't do the catering. They're selling ads, they're selling information, whatever, and that's legit. Okay, so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can do your social justice, and you can make money, and you can let the money that you make promote your social justice thing if you're interested. Okay. Let's look at some others that you might not have thought about. Amateur radio, that's pretty cool. Now that's small in the world of StumbleUpon. 50,000 followers is kind of sort of my line of demarcation, but this is such a focused niche. I could easily see building out a website focused on people who are interested in amateur radio. Look at this acting. Who would have thought that? Now, who would have thought of acting as a niche for affiliate products? Aging, yeah, I would have thought of that. Action movies, you know, like a movie type review blog, I would have thought of that. But look at this, alcoholic drinks, 500,000. You could have an entire website devoted to new and cool mixed drinks. Of course, you might have a little trouble waking up in the morning if that was your website, but you could do that. Alternative health. This is what I find so hilarious. This gives you such a look into the reality of what's in these people's minds. The number of people interested in alcoholic drinks, okay, is almost 600,000. The number of people interested in alternative health is about a fourth of that. That should tell you something right there, huh? That's pretty cool. But anatomy, I mean, how's that work, right? A whole website about anatomy? That would be pretty interesting. Look at this, anarchism. Remember that back in the day, you know, kids run around with those old army coats with the anarchist A sign. I guess they still do. I mean, this is kind of like it's akin to the activism, kind of like the Occupy Wall Street thing. How would that work? Well, I mean, I could think of a lot of products you could sell through that. Look at art, 1.1 million. Now, these are in thousands. That's a million, okay? So this is over 10 times that. So the arts is over 10 times anarchism, which is probably a good thing. So how would you leverage a site about art? What could it be about? Art exhibits. You cover various art exhibits. How would you cover various art exhibits when you live one place and you're doing it globally? Me, I would just keep track of what's where. I would call people up and say, could you send me a few pictures? I got a blog. I'm going to do your write-up. I'm building this out. I'm starting to get a lot of traffic, and you know, it's a global world we live in. This is going to get more people interested in your thing. Okay, I could easily do that. What would you sell there? Oh, I mean, good Lord! I mean, you could sell a million types of products there. Everything from anything high end. Okay, if you want to know what to sell through an art focused affiliate website, go listen to your nearest um, classical radio station and see what they sell. Well, what would you sell? Anything luxury, all right? Anything luxury, anything high end, anything expensive, anything travel, anything intellectual, Pimsleur language courses, anything, you know, Amazon, all that stuff. There's a world of things. So, oh, look how big astronomy is. A nice, well, I missed that somehow, but a cool astronomy website. You're selling books, you're selling telescopes, you're selling travel. So, and we're just in the A's. We are just in the A's. Okay, so look, art history there. Okay, art was 1.1 million. Art history's 137,000. What would you rather have an art? See. Here's the thing. Before I started doing stuff like hanging out here and looking at it, I might have naturally thought that a health website focused on asthma might be get more traffic, be somehow quote unquote better than a website focused on something to do with the arts. But the numbers say that the numbers here, at least for this community, say that that's probably not true. Okay, 22,000 for asthma, 137,000 for art history, and 1.1 million followers for art. So this is cool. I mean, I could basically spend a whole day just going through here, thinking about stuff, figuring out stuff. There is a lifetime of information about great out-of-the-box thinking ways to create affiliate websites just sitting right here. Okay, hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much.